Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
An iHeart radio station.
Online at foxsportspueblo.com and on your phone with your iHeart Radio app. KCCY Pueblo.
And welcome back to the Regis Fieldhouse as we get set for our men's game here tonight. Critical game for the Thunderwolves. They need to keep pace in the RMAC. They're currently in third place, but only one game behind pace setters Mines and Fort Lewis, as they have 2 in the loss column. The Thunderwolves with 3. And Thunderwolves sitting right now at 11-3. Fort Lewis has already won tonight. They're 13-2. Mines in action. We'll keep you up to date on that one as they take on Adams State. In a game that's winnable for Adams State. They could pull off the upset there. They've been playing a lot better of late. We'll see Adams State and Fort Lewis next week at Massari Arena, the next home action for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves will be without Josh Smith tonight. He is sick, has a stomach problem. He's on here along the bench, and he's not feeling well, so they're going to hold him out of tonight's ball game. So Thunderwolves will insert Mark Williams into the starting lineup to take his spot. Come back after this timeout. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. Men's game coming up. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Regis Fieldhouse. I am just a mess here with all my wires going everywhere. Let's get to the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. Thunderwolves will go this way. It'll be Will Newman, 6'2" junior out of Lawndale, California. 12 points, 4 rebounds a game, leads the team in assists. Gavin Liggett, 6'1" sophomore out of Lyman, Colorado. His first start from being back from the concussion was last night. He's averaging 8 points, 1.5 rebounds a game. Josh Smith not in the starting lineup tonight. He is ill, so he'll sit this one out. That means Mark Williams will get the start. 6'4" junior out of Chino Hills, California. 14.5 points, 6 rebounds a game. Had 21 in the win last night against Chadron State. Rico Spikes, always reliable, 6'3" senior out of Maryville, Indiana. 12.5 points, 7 rebounds a game. Also chips in with 3 assists per outing. Nelson Collar looking to bounce back tonight after a rough outing in Chadron. He's a 6'8" senior out of Nooseheads, Australia. 12 points, 5 rebounds a game. Leads the world in blocked shots, it would appear. We know he leads the conference. We know he leads the team, of course. And even last night when he was struggling offensively, he chipped in with a handful of blocks. Ralph Turner is the head coach. For the Rangers, they'll go this way. Their head coach is Brady Bergeson. It'll be Noah King. He's a 6'5" senior out of Dallas, Texas, averaging 8.5 points, 2.5 rebounds a game. Jarrett Broadbeck, 6'4" sophomore out of Yorba Linda, California, 16.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. Christian Little, 6'2" freshman out of Los Angeles, 7 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. Dexter Cinco, 6'6" junior out of Spokane, Washington. He can fill it up. 16 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. And Ryan Beastie is a 6'7" sophomore out of Newcastle, Australia. 8 points, 5.5 rebounds a game. So we'll have a couple of Aussies doing battle in the paint here tonight for this ball game. Thunderwolves in their road red. Their new jerseys, they debuted a couple weeks ago when they played Colorado Christian. It's the third time they've been in them. Blue numerals, white trim. Regis, kind of their home, kind of a gray color, I guess you'd call it. I'm not sure what to call that. Gold numerals, dark blue trim. Thunderwolves moving right to left as we watch the ball game here courtside at Regis Fieldhouse. Game is underway. Thunderwolves control the tap. As Newman has it, he'll bring it across the timeline. Works around a high screen. They go up top to Williams. Down low to Collar. He's in. Goes in with a layup. Good. Good start for the Pack there as they get Collar off. And they lead it 2-0. All on the left side. Here's King with it. Into the corner to Little. Little dribbles around the screen to the free throw line. Goes in. Tries to pass off to the baseline, gets it to Cinco. He's going to pop from about 15. High archer, no good. Long rebound comes way outside to King. King now will hand the ball off. Here's a long three-pointer on the way. It's good by Jarrett Broadbeck, and that has Ralph Turner irate already on the second chance hoop for the Rangers. 3-2. Here's a feed inside foul on the Rangers. That's going to be on Cinco. And it's going to get a quick substitution as Senko's out of there. They're going to bring in a little more muscles. They're going to bring in DeAndre Johnson. Johnson doesn't see much time. I had him cleared out at the bottom of my sheet, thinking he wouldn't get in, but they bring him in here early in this ball game, and they throw the ball away on the inbounds pass as Spikes tried to get it into Newman and whistled it out of bounds. So it's Regis ball. Inbounds pass to Little. Little walking across the timeline for the Rangers. Goes left side to King. Now way out top to Beastie. To Broadbeck. Broadbeck fires it into the corner. The ball outside Little. Little works around the screen. Down the lane he goes. Goes up with the running left-hander. Missed it, but they got the rebound on the backside. Spinning, going up. Shot is good by DeAndre Johnson. He's already eclipsed his season average. He only averages a point a game. Quickly back the other way. Thunderbolts can't get the quick shot off as Spikes has to retreat. They go cross court. Here is a long three-pointer in and out by Liggett. And the rebound to the Rangers. They get the outlet pass ahead to Little. Little across the timeline on the left wing. Stops there. Hands it off now to Broadbeck. He dribbles to the left wing. Cut off there. Looking back door. Nobody opening up. Kills the dribble. Hands the ball off outside to Little. Little now. He'll start a drive. In from the left. Goes in on Spikes. Spikes blocked the shot. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Spikes. It'll belong to the Rangers. Inbounds pass comes way outside, and Liggett had the steal, couldn't quite secure it. It goes to Broadbeck. In from the left, pulls up, banks it up and in. Broadbeck with all, or 5 of the 7 here for the Rangers. They lead at 7-2. Beat it down low, bad pass, and Collar can't handle it. It goes away out of bounds. Big substitution here is Donovan Oldham going to check in for the Thunderwolves. And they're going to bring out Gavin Liggett. Inbounds pass to Little. Comes it across the timeline. Now up top, here's a drive by Beastie, cut off. Hands the ball outside to King. Now back to Beastie onto the right side. Oh, Broadbeck from about 30 shoots an air ball. Oh, my. And he wipes his, it's like it slipped out of his hands, he says. And then he taps his chest saying, my fault. Well, everybody in the gym knows it was your fault. You shot an air ball. You don't have to tell us. Here's Newman, gives it up to Collar. Now to Newman, down low to Spikes. He's posting up. He's wide open. He draws the foul, as Little had no recourse but to grab him. So already a couple of team fouls on the Rangers. Newman to inbound it. Trying to find Williams, gets it to him on the baseline, hands it off. Here's Newman in the corner, and he shoots an air ball. And a rebound to King. King across the timeline for the Rangers here. And the ball off to Broadbeck. He'll drive it in the paint. Step back jumper on the way. No good. Rebound to Williams. He'll dribble it out of there himself. Thunderwolves on a run. They got Collar streaking in for the left. Ball's batted away out of bounds. It'll belong to the Thunderwolves. So it'll be Newman to trigger it, and an indifferent start, to say the least, here for the Thunderwolves. They only have 2 points here in the first 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Substitution into the game as Troy Anderson checks in now for the Rangers, and coming out, Christian Little. Anderson, a junior out of Fairfield, California. Inbounds pass goes way outside to Collar. Hands it off to Newman. Newman takes the three, spins, gives it to Collar. Collar on the block. Now goes outside to Newman. Return feed to Collar. Wheels into the paint and has the ball stripped away out of bounds. It'll belong to the Thunderwolves. On the shot clock here for the Pack. Inbounds pass. Williams has it and he lays it in. Nice pass from Newman. 7-4. So that stops the 7-0 run by the Rangers. Ball handed off to Broadbeck. Goes left side to Beastie. Down on the left wing. Here's a drive into the paint by Anderson. Cut off there. Feeds it way outside to King. King now looking for a screen. He's on the wing. Steps back and he'll fire for three. Swish. King from downtown. That's tough to defense right there. 10-4. 6-point lead for the Rangers. Here's Newman. Jumps it cross court to Oldham. Oldham holds it. Now comes up top to Spikes. Spikes dribbles to the left wing. Gets a screen. Tried to play pick and roll with Collar. Now to Oldham. Now down low to Collar on the block. Backs his way in. Comes outside. And the ball knocked away as they're trying to get it to Newman. Newman has to chase it down to the timeline. 6 on the shot clock. Newman down the lane. Nice dish to Collar, and he lays it in. Another assist to Newman. 4 points for Collar. It's 10-6. Quickly back the other way. Here's Beastie. In from the left, cut off. Now goes outside to King. Back to Beastie. Has the ball knocked away, and it's stolen by the Thunderwolves. Gives the credit for the steal there to Newman. Fired ahead. Here's Williams. In from the right. Goes up strong. Drew the foul, and he'll get to the free throw line. Williams did well to avoid the charge there. Kind of hung in the air and drew the contact. And he'll be at the line to shoot free throws when we come back after our first time out of the game. 15:47 to go here in the first half. 10-6 Regis. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. With the early lead here. It'll be Mark Williams to the free throw line. His free throw percentage continues to plummet. He's down to 66% now in the year, 62 of 94. Struggled last night again. Still had 21 points, but it could have been one of those magical evenings up there around 27, 28 points if he hit his free throws. First one on the way, and he hits the front iron, gets the shooter's roll here. For Williams. On the way, he rattles that one in. So Kuiper going to check into the game now, and Collar will come out. Score? Yeah, they put the score 10-8. There we go. Hey, if you can sneak one by everybody, you got to try it on your home court, right? Here's King bringing it across the timeline onto the right wing. Beat the ball up top to Cinco. On the left side to Broadbeck. Now up top to King. They play their weave game out around the perimeter here. Now into the corner. Anderson back outside to Broadbeck. 13 on the shot clock. Reverse pass down to the baseline. Got a trap situation. Now outside three-pointer and away by Anderson. Short. And the rebound to Kuiper. Thunderwolves could tie it, maybe get the lead here if they hit a triple. Feed up head to Spikes. In from the left cutoff. Now to Newman. Newman looking for Spikes. Posting up on Broadbeck. Goes into the lane, goes up, shot blocked away and taken away by Anderson. Anderson on the right wing. Dribbles through traffic and lost it to Kuiper. Now to Newman. Newman goes cross court to Williams. In from the right. Hangs in the air. Drop. Oh, they're going to call the charge. You've got to be kidding me. No way in the world was that a charge. But that's the way they called it. Micah Paladino, Patrick Tate, and Wesley Halper, who I've never seen before, and I wish I had never seen him after that call. Absolutely brutal. Here's Ankook. Outside to Broadbeck. Three-pointer, no good. Long rebound to King. And Regis will reset here. Ball onto the right side. Here's Ankook. Now to Broadbeck. Now feet into the paint. Now to the baseline. And stopped by Cinco as he drove the baseline and deposited it with two hands on the power slam. It's 12-8. Thunderwolves down by 4. Here's Newman. High post now to Kuiper. Turns, faces, goes right side. Here's Oldham for three. It's on the way. Got it. Going to need a heavy dose of that tonight from Donovan Oldham, especially with Smith out of this game with the illness. It's 12-11. Smith leads the team in three-pointers with 50 hits on the year, and he's out of the lineup tonight. Ball into the corner. They fake the three. Beastie with it. Drives into the paint. Skips it into the corner to King. That was a great catch. Now to Broadbeck. Skips it cross court. Left side to Ankook. Now down on the baseline. And that's going to be traveling on Cinco. Oh, Beastie out of the game. And King out of the game now for the Rangers. Inbound pass to Newman. Thunderwolves down 12-11. 13:45 to go here in the first half. Newman now dribbles the right wing. Hands it off to Oldham. Oldham holds it there. Now goes to Spikes. Trying to post up. Kuiper down on the block. Can't find him. Now they bring Williams to the high post. They get it to him. Now he's out at the top of the key. Left side to Spikes. Spikes drives into the paint all the way down the lane. Takes the bump. Tried to draw the foul. No call. And missed the layup. Back the other way comes Little. On to the left side. And Group. Now up top to Cinco. Cinco one bounce to Broadbeck. Here's a drive in from the right. Cut off there is Reyes. Outside to Little. Left side to Broadbeck. Broadbeck's kind of the guy you got to be worried about on this ball club. He averages 16.5 points a game. He and Cinco. It's a 1-2 punch. Ball knocked away by Newman. Stolen. Into the hands of Spikes. Spikes across the timeline. Fires it ahead to Newman on the right side. Fakes the three. Drives baseline. Cut off. Hands it into the corner to Oldham. He's cut off by Broadbeck. Now come outside to Newman. 12:50 to go here. First half. Thunderbolts trail it 12-11. Now Newman will go to work with 10 on the shot clock. High post to Williams. Turns, faces, wheels into the paint, goes up and under, missed the layup. Rebound batted outside, and it comes into the hands of Broadbeck. Firing it ahead, wide open, Cinco. Left-hand layup good. 14-11. Thunderbolts down by 3. They've had a couple chances to get the lead here and haven't been able to get it done. Here's Newman dribbling around a screen by Kuiper. Newman cut off. He called for traveling, I'm sure.
Will. Ray is wide open. 3 dribbles in. Turn, give it to him.
Not the greatest pace in the world, but we suffered from that last night, and then the Thunderbolts turned it on in the second half against Chadron State. I don't think they can afford to wait that long here tonight before they get it in gear. They trail it by 3. Here's a cross-court feed. Broadbeck steps into a long 3. It's good. When you give him a chance to line one up, he's close to automatic. 17-11. He's hit 52, make it 54 now on the year with his 2 hits here tonight. Thunderbolts down by 6, the biggest deficit of the game. Kuiper at the top of the key. Goes left side to Newman. Skips across court to Williams. Williams starts to drive. Whistle and a foul called on Spikes. Ralph Turner irate right now. And Wesley Halper will have nothing to do with him. Timeout on the court. 11:42 to go here in the first half. 6-point lead for the Rangers on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, remember my post during the women's game? You always have to worry about one. And it applies here tonight. Ralph Turner getting a technical during the timeout. As Ralph really wanted a piece of Wesley Halper, the official, but he wouldn't come over and talk to him. He walked away. Second free throw no good by Broadbeck. So Micah Paulino, who's a good official, had to come over and take the brunt of the argument. He tried to walk away, and Ralph gave him the old magic word at the end of it. And Paulino had no recourse but to tee him up. So it's Regis ball here. They lead it by 7. Here's Little in the backcourt. Thunderbolts go into a little trap. And there's a palming call. So the turnover gives it to the Thunderwolves.
41.
Each team with 5 turnovers at this point. Thunderwolves trailing it 18-11. Spikes up top to Oldham. Oldham now to Kuiper. He's open. 3-ball on the way. Got it. Braden Kuiper, he does not hesitate. When he's open, he'll pop it. 18-14. Ball kicked away by Spikes in the backcourt. It'll be Regis ball again. 10-second count will start over here. Reyes on the far baseline. Get the ball inbounded. And the ball knocked away and stolen by Williams. Nice dish to Spikes. He draws the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. So the Thunderbolts' pressure pays off. And it'll be Rico Spikes to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul called on Noah King, his first. Rico's free throw up and good. It was a struggle last night for Rico. He's fallen under 70% as well from the line. He's down to 68%. Second toss, up, in and out, no good. So 1 out of 2 on this trip for Spikes. It's 18-15, and a ball knocked away. Newman has the steal, saves it into Oldham, and then he is fouled in the backcourt. So the Thunderwolves go to the trap, and it's paid off. And it'll be Thunderwolves' ball here after the second foul of the game on Troy Anderson. He'll have to come out. So Thunderwolves, after falling behind by 7, have scored 4 in a row here, and a chance they can tie the game if they hit a triple here. 11:04 to go in the first half. Spikes goes right side to Newman. Newman down low on the block. Spikes fakes, goes up in traffic, and he missed the layup. And the rebound a little. He comes out of there, feeds it ahead. In from the right is Reyes. Shot blocked by Kuiper. Whistle foul on Kuiper. A little too much block on that block. As he came down with authority. If he just goes up and just blocks the shot, he's all right, but he followed through. And that'll send Reyes to the free throw line. Reyes to the line, 67% on the year. Small sample size, only 4 of 6. 4 of 7 now after the first one is missed. Kuiper out. Collar checks back in for the Thunderwolves. And he missed badly on the second one. Ball batted away out of bounds. Last touch by Beastie, and it'll belong to the Thunderwolves. The Thunderwolves dodge a little bit of a bullet there. Bullet might be a little too strong. They dodge a nick. Here's Oldham on the left wing, up top to Williams. Williams hands it off now to Newman, into the corner to Williams. Williams down low to Collar on the base. It looked like he traveled, got away with it, feeds it into Spikes. Spikes down the lane, fakes, goes up in traffic, plays it in, good enough foul, it'll count. Rico with that second little head and shoulders fake, drew the contact, and muscled it up and in. Now a chance to hit a free throw and tie the game up. Taffy Tila into the ball game out of Johns Creek, Georgia, redshirt freshman. Free throw up, looks short, it is. And the rebound a little. So Rico continues to struggle from the line. 1 of 3 tonight. Thunder will stay in the trap. Beastie gets it across the timeline. Boy, he almost palmed it right there. Headed up by his hip. Now outside to Little, but we already had the one palming call tonight. We won't see it again. Ball on the left side. Here's Little. Goes right side. Here's Tila. Left side to Little. 7 on the shot clock. Now hands it off to King. King's going to have to step back and fire a 3. It's up and in. That just breaks your back right there as King hits the three-pointer on the step-back 3, and it's 21-17. Thunderwolves down by 4. Whistle, foul away from the ball. It's going to be a hold on the Rangers here as Collar was getting position down on the block. And the foul called on Beastie. And that'll send Collar to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1 here. And speaking of struggle from the free throw line, Collar at 60% on the year. Free throw is up, and he hits this one though. Collar with 5. Get the feeling the Thunderwolves just need to remain in contact here before they kick it in gear. They're not firing on all cylinders yet, that is for sure. Second free throw good by Collar. He has 6 to pace the Thunderwolf attack. 21-19, full court pressure. This has helped the Thunderwolves get into this game. They're trailing by 7. Here's the ball outside. Noah King. He is an angular one. That's nice for saying very skinny. Here's a long three-pointer good. Another. Man, that is a dagger from the top of the key by Beastie. He's hit 37 on him on the year, though, so I guess you got to be wary of it. Jump across court. Here's Liggett. Left side to Williams. Williams holds it, gives it up top to Liggett. Liggett right side to Newman. 24-19. Thunderwolves trail it by 5 with 9:10 to go here in the quarter. Newman drives in. He's fouled before the shot, and now he'll get him to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1.
That was great.
And the foul was called on, and they're very late posting up here on the scoreboard. Give it to Thiel, I believe. Free throw good by Newman. First point of the game for Will. Will's an 88% free throw shooter. You have utmost confidence in him. He'll have one more, and he hits a pair. 24-21. Full court pressure, and they force the turnover. No, Broadbeck able to chase it down in the corner. How he got there, I have no idea. That's good speed, good hustle. Thunderwolves look like they're going to get the easy turnover there. Here's Beastie outside. He changed pivot foots. That's a walk in my book. He's on the left wing. Now outside to Cinco. Cinco drives into the paint. In on Collar. Backs his way in. Wheels goes up with the left hand and hits. Good move by Cinco. He has 6. 26-21. Spikes back the other way on the baseline. Steps back. Won't take the shot. Gives it to Newman. Up top to Williams. Williams left side. To Liggett. Now to Spikes. Fakes the three-pointer. Drives into the paint. Nice dish to Collar. And he missed the layup. Ball was partially blocked by Cinco. Back the other way comes King. In from the right, into the corner. He lost the ball out of bounds. That's a turnover to the Thunderwolves. Good pressure defense there by Gavin Liggett. Scoreboard has it at 26-20. Should be 26-21, I believe, but we'll see if we can get that corrected here. Williams to Spikes. Spikes dribbles around a screen. Goes left side to Liggett. Liggett holds things up. Goes left side to Newman. Newman holds it there. Drives the baseline. Feeds it back to Collar. He lost it and then loses it again out of bounds. Last touch, though, by the Rangers. Timeout on the court. I got it 26-21. Scoreboard says 26-20. We'll figure it out here during the timeout. Thunderwolves down in the ball game. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Evidently, Will Newman missed the free throw on his last trip. I got to pay better attention. I just assumed something. Here's Kuiper, jumper good. Right off the inbounds pass, and Braden put it up and hits. He's not afraid to shoot that basketball. 26-22. They break the pressure. Broadbeck steps into a three. Missed it. Rebound loose in the lane. Goes outside, and Newman chases it down for the Thunderwolves. Fires it ahead to Spikes. Spikes on the right wing. He'll drive it in. From the right, goes up. Took the hit. Didn't get the call. And Rico just can't buy a call with that big body getting it to the hoop. Back the other way come the Rangers. 26-22 our score. Thunderwolves down by 4. Here's King. On to the left side. Turning with it, Cinco. Drives in on Kuiper. Goes up. And good on a foul. It'll count. Foul on Kuiper. Cinco has 8. He'll go to the line. A chance to make it 9. Collar will come back into the game. And Kuiper will come out with those 2 personals. Cinco only a 58% free throw shooter, but he splashes that one right through there. And the Regis has matched their biggest lead of the game. They're back up by 7, 29-22. Thunderwolves had 2 or 3 opportunities to get the lead there a little while back. Didn't get it done, and now they've seen the lead grow again. Here's Williams on the left side to Spikes. Spikes now in a trap as Regis giving the Thunderwolves a dose of their own medicine, and they call a foul outside on Christian Little and Brady Bergeson, irate. And that's going to be free throws for Rico Spikes. That was only the 9th team foul, so Rico will have to try to hit the front end of the 1-and-1 here. He's missed his last 2 attempts. Rico taking his time. Deep breath. Spins it up and in.
One more.
There we go with 4. 2 of 4 from the stripe right now. That stops. It was a mini run, a 3-point play, which for Regis. Second toss up and good. Spikes with 5. It's 29-24. Thunderbolts now with their version of the trap. It's paid dividends here in this first half. Broadback fires it ahead. Look out. Ball sailed about 5 feet over my head. So it's Thunderbolts ball. They force the turnover. Inbounds pass to Newman. Works around a screen. Onto the left wing. Bad pass. Tried to get at the collar and he threw it away. Thunderbolts can't stand prosperity here. There's a feed up top. Faking the jumper. Beastie drives into the paint. Shot blocked by Collar. Comes outside though. Rangers have it. Here's Broadbeck driving in. 15 on the shot clock. And now they'll reset as Noah King says, let's settle down here. Hands the ball off outside. Dan Gook. He traveled with the ball. You talk about skidding to a stop. That was that. That's when you're desperate to find a guard and there's no guard near. Inbounds pass to Newman. Brings it across the timeline. Angles to the left wing. Looks for the screen. Tried to play pick and roll with Collar. Now to Liggett. Liggett might have traveled with it. Got away with it. Brady Bergeson came firing off the bench there. Didn't get the walk. He said that's the same call as back here. He's right. Here's Newman. Drives into the paint. Pulls up. A little teardrop up and in. Newman with 3. 29-26. 3-point lead for the Rangers. King way outside with it. On to the left wing. Dribbles around a screen. Dribbles around another screen. Lost the ball. It's loose on the deck. Stolen by the Thunderwolves. As Liggett has it. Feeds it ahead to Newman. He lost it, and he's fouled, though, in the backcourt by Noah King. Noah King can't believe it. So these Regis Rangers are kind of a ball club. They've never committed a foul in their life. A couple times they've been right here in this half. Still been ticketed. I'm a little indifferent about things so far. Here's Newman at the line. Free throw on the way. Shooting 2 as they're in the double bonus. Hits the first. Now I'm going to pay close attention this time. I'm not going to assume like I did the last time. Free throw up and good. So Newman has 5. Thunderbolts are within 1 as Radakovich into the ball game now for the first time for the Thunderbolts. Collar comes out. Pressure on the inbounds. Pressure. 5-second call. Thunderbolts get it on the turnover. Regis elected not to waste the time out there. They could have, but they get the 5-second call. So now Thunderbolts can get the lead here. Inbounds to Radakovich on the left wing. Fills the dribble. He's in a bit of trouble here. Gets rid of it to Newman. Newman fires down the lane. Scoop shot up, no, and he drew some contact, or he just fell down, I guess. He's clumsy. Back the other way come the Rangers. Into the corner. Here's Tila. Forced way outside. Hands it off to King. Thunderbolts still down by 1 here. Ball on the left side, Broadbeck. Quick fire jumper, short, rebound. Newman has it on the baseline. He'll wheel and bring it out of there himself. Brings it across the timeline. Tries to follow Radakovich down the lane. Ball's kicked outside. They dive for it. It's loose on the deck. Williams trying to get it. Still loose. They still dive for it. Time to get a timeout. Thunderbolts should have a timeout. As Williams got the ball and he called timeout, it's Thunderbolts basketball. Great hustle all over the court. And the one guy you have to admire there is Gavin Liggett. After having the concussion a few weeks back, to be diving around, sacrificing himself like that, that was courage. 4:58 to go here in the first half. It's a 30-second timeout. Thunderbolts down by 1 on Fox Sports Pueblo. Sorry about that. I was doing a few other housekeeping chores there. And realized it's only a 30-second timeout. Caitlin Norton, our producer and engineer, probably wondered if I just dozed off for a minute. But I'm here. Thunderwolves with the ball. Again, a chance to get the lead. Radakovic, top of the key. Big dribble, big step. Can't get anything going. Feeds it outside to Newman. They're trying to post up Spikes down on the block. Can't find him. 3 on the shot clock. Here's a whistle and a foul outside. Bailout call there, but it was a foul nonetheless as DeAndre Johnson just reached out and grabbed Radakovic. Kind of a dumb foul, but take them when you can get them. And that'll send Radakovic to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Stavon, 65% on the year. Thunderwolves have dropped down now to 71% as a team. Radakovic finally gets the game tied for the Thunderwolves. It seems like they've been working awfully hard to get to this point. That's 7 in a row now they've scored after falling behind by 7 at 29-22. Now Stavon can get him the lead here. Free throw up, off the back iron, no good. And that could have been traveling. Guy grabs the rebound and fell down and then passed it off. Oh, well. Broadbeck with it, out at the top of the key. We're in a tie game here. Broadbeck in a bit of trouble, gets rid of it, threw it away. It's loose on the deck, out of bounds. Oh, and they give the timeout to Regis. I swear I just struggle. 4:23 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves and the Rangers tied at 29 apiece on Fox Sports Pueblo. 29-29 our score. I guess turnabout's fair play. They gave the Thunderwolves the timeout when Mark Williams was scrambling around on the floor. But Mark had the ball in his hands and was signaling timeout. That time Beastie was flopping around, falling out of bounds, skidded out of bounds on the court, then signaled, and Patrick Tate said, you know what, I have to give you the timeout too. Because, face it, I do know my geography. Here's the ball on the right side. Reyes with it. He dribbles to the free throw line, down the lane, stops, doesn't pop, comes outside. Cinco fakes, he drives into the paint, plows in. Off. Oh, and they call the block. And the foul is called on Liggett on a block as Cinco was out of control. Flew into Liggett, but Liggett gets called for the block. Free throw up, good. Lead back to the Rangers. They lead at 30-29. Second toss up and good. 11 points for Cinco. He leads the way. 31-29. 2-point lead for the Rangers. 4:10 to go here in the first half. Newman dribbles around a screen. Kills the dribble. In trouble. Gets rid of it to Spikes. Spikes way outside. Now hands it off to Radakovic. Radakovic looking to go a little one-on-one. Hands it off to Newman. Newman, they got to switch. They got a mismatch inside now with Radakovic. Pull up Newman from the free throw line. Air ball. Rebound batted out of bounds. Last touch by the Rangers. 6 on the shot clock now for the Thunderwolves. They had a mismatch with Radakovic on Reyes down low, but Newman elected to cast off from the free throw line. Inbounds pass to Radakovic. Now to Newman. 4 on the shot clock. They got to get rid of it. Newman's going to have to force it. Fakes, goes up with the three-pointers. The shot clock expires. Missed it. Rebound is loose in the lane. And Radakovic hustling. Can't get it. Here we have a breakout the other way. Troy Anderson in for the right layup. No good, but a foul on the Thunderwolves. And a foul will be on Will Newman. That'll be his first. And that means it will be Troy Anderson to the free throw line. It seems like every time we turn around tonight, we got a guy shooting in the 60s at the free throw line. And that one goes in there. You can see why he struggles. It's kind of an indifferent flip. That one came out of kind of spinning like it was on a top, but it found the bottom of the well. Collar checks back in. Radakovic out. Stands about 3 inches behind the stripe. Misses the second free throw. Comes way outside, and Spike secures the rebound. 32-29. Thunderbolts down by 3. 3:25 to go here in the first half. Spikes goes to Williams. Down the lane he goes. Left-hander up and in. Williams has 6. 32-31. 1-point lead for the Rangers. Thunderbolts with full court pressure. Littleton, he's in trouble. Gets rid of it. Back pass. Now they fire it ahead across the timeline to Tila. Oh, nice dish down the lane. Shot blocked, but a foul on Collar on the dunk attempt. First foul of the game on Nelson Collar. And so to the line, it will be Troy Anderson. And we just got to look at his technique the last time he was here. He stands about 3 inches behind the stripe. Kind of launches it in the air. Kind of has a little sideways spin on it. And he misses it way short. He knew it immediately. As soon as he launched it, he said, that's no good. He's got a nifty little do, too. He's got some stripes cut in his head. He's got the hair kind of pulled up, kind of in a frohawk of some kind. I don't know if there's some cultural meaning to that haircut or what. Little bun on the back of his head as well. Here's the second free throw. It's good. He rattles in 1 out of 2. 33-31. Thunderwolves down by 2. Here's Newman across the timeline. Jumps it cross court. Liggett's open. 3-pointer on the way. Got it. Gavin Liggett from downtown. Finally, the Thunderwolves have got the lead here, and they keep the full court pressure on. In trouble in the backcourt. Beastie fires it ahead. Now they break out of it up ahead. In from the right, losing control of the ball. It's loose on the deck. They regain it. Now driving in from the left. Faking. Feeding into the corner. 3-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. But there they are for the rebound. Shot blocked with a foul on the Thunderwolves. Foul will be on Rico Spikes. That was a wild exchange. I had a lot of bodies in between me and the people with the ball. And going to the line, it'll be Christian Little. Little's yet to score in this game. He averages 7 points a game. He's another struggling free throw shooter, only 57%. And off the back iron, no good. Well, remember the old Elks hoop shoot? I made it to the regionals one year in that. None of these guys out here on the court a threat to have won that in their career. Second toss rattles in somehow. So 1 out of 2. Tied up, 34 apiece. Here's Newman on the right wing. Up top to Williams. Left side. Now they lob it down low to Collar on the baseline. Skips it cross court to Newman. Newman now drives the baseline. Teardrop on the way off the glass. No good. And the rebound to Anderson. Long outlet pass ahead to Little. He gets it across the timeline. Fires it into the corner. Anguk won't take the 3. Now up top to Beastie. He will fire for 3. Way off the mark. Rebound loose, but it comes right into the hands of Little. Foul on Regis. A push-off on the rebound. And that'll be free throws for the Thunderwolves. We'll walk down to the other end here. Foul was called on Roberto Reyes, his second. So now it's Mark Williams to the free throw line. And again, here's one of those guys in this game. I mean, everybody in this game shoots in the 60s, seems like. Free throw up and good. Williams was 7. Thunderbolts back on top, 35-34.
140 all. 140 all. Coach Jim. We got one, Mr. Rap.
Second toss on the way, swish. Williams with 8. He's 4 for 4 tonight from the line. Whatever he worked on today is working. Thunderwolves by 2 with 2:06 to go here in the first half. Anguk will inbound the ball on the baseline. Gets it in. Return pass to him. Feeds it head. Ball's knocked away, and the Thunderwolves have the steal. Underneath the whiz, bad pass by Oldham. Threw it into a crowd. And back the other way comes King. He jumps it ahead now to Beastie. Beastie way outside with it. Hands it off to King. King on the left wing. Bounces it down to the baseline to Senko. He was going to back in on Radakovic. Wants to take him to the hoop. Backs his way in. Dribble up underneath. Reverse up and in. That was good work by Senko. He has 13. He was very patient. 36-36. We're all tied with 1:30 to go here in the first half. Radakovich at the top of the key. Goes left side. Here's Liggett again for three. Missed this time. And the rebound to Senko. Gets the outlet pass to King. He'll bring it across the timeline. Pulls up on the right wing. Skips across court to Beastie. He's going to launch from downtown. It's way off the mark. And the rebound to Newman. Newman wants to run. Brings it across the timeline. Dribbling through traffic. Hands the ball off to Williams. Right down the lane he goes. Jumps out. The ball stripped and stolen away by Angu. Back the other way come the Rangers. Here's King firing it ahead on the left side. DeBeastie drives the baseline, cut off there. Now they go back outside with it. 18 on the shot clock, 52 to go here in the first half. We're all tied at 36 apiece. Stop and go move by King comes outside. Broadbeck for three. Swish. You cannot leave Broadbeck open. He'll bury it every time. He has 11. Rangers back with 5 in a row to lead at 39-36. 10-second differential here on the shot and game clock. As we're down to 32 to go in the half, 22 on the shot clock. Newman hands it off to Radakovich, right side. Oldham drives in from the right, goes up and missed the banker. Rebound to Newman. He missed the follow and the rebound to the Rangers. They have a chance here to increase their lead here. Kind of a disastrous end of the first half for the Thunderwolves here. 8 seconds to go. Here's King. Stop and go move to the baseline. Wheels underneath the basket. Lobs it into the paint. Ball knocked away. Newman has it from half court. On the way. Has a chance. Just missed. Remember, he made one earlier this year at Massari Arena, but no such luck here. Halftime from venerable old Regis Fieldhouse. Thunderwolves trail at 39-36 as we go to break. Back with our halftime show. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. There we go, and welcome back to Regis Fieldhouse here. I got to get control of my equipment here, don't I? 39-36, our halftime score. Talk to old buddy from Pueblo who works up here at Regis. I'm part of their security force, old Bob Bodovinik. He's up there talking to Greg DeLeon right now. That's who I got to go talk to here when we go to our Fox Sports update here shortly. Halftime score here, Thunderwolves trailing at 39-36. Kind of a back-and-forth game. Regis had control of it for the most part in the second half, although the Thunderwolves did have an early lead, but then Regis went out, led it 18-11. Thunderwolves clawed their way back into it, got it within 2 at 21-19, but then some separation again for the Regis Ball Club. They got ahead 29-22. Thunderwolves came back with 7 straight to tie it at 29 apiece. Thunderwolves eventually took the lead off a three-pointer by Liggett at 34-33. Got another couple of free throws to lead at 36-34 before Regis scored the final 5 of the first half to lead at 39-36 as we go to break here. Leading scorers in the ball game. Senko with 13, Broadbeck with 12 to lead the way for the Rangers. For the Thunderwolves, Mark Williams has 8, Collar with 6, Newman, Spikes, and Kuiper with 5 apiece. Oldham has 3, Radakovich with 1. Of course, the Thunderwolves are without Josh Smith tonight. He's out with a stomach illness, so he is not in the lineup tonight. And Thunderwolves trying to overcome that here in this ball game. And frankly, right now they're only down by 3. This is a game that could have got away from them in that first half, and they maintain contact. We'll see if they can come out with a good effort here in the second half and escape with the victory here on the weekend. Back with a Fox Sports update. We'll be back with the second half momentarily right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Regis Fieldhouse. Thunderwolves lead at trail at 39-36 at halftime. Beg your pardon there. Freudian slip, maybe. First half numbers. Thunderwolves were 10 of 26 from the field. That's 39%. This is the team that averages on the year 51% from the field, so they're well under that. Something's got to change in the second half for them to win the ball game. They're 3 of 8 from downtown. That's not too bad, 38%. 13 of 17 from the free throw line. Frankly, the free throw line is what's keeping the Thunderwolves in this game. Regis, first half, they shot 50%, 13 out of 26. They were 6 of 14 from downtown, only 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Regis with a commanding edge on the boards right now, 24-11. On boards against the Thunderwolves. That's got to change. But the thing that's keeping the Thunderwolves in it as well is forcing turnovers. Regis with 14 turnovers in the first half. Thunderwolves turned it over 8 times. So plus 6 possessions there for the Thunderwolves. Plus the free throws have got them in the ball game down by only 3 at the break. Each team with 6 assists. Will Newman with 3 to lead the way for the Thunderwolves. Williams has 2. 4 assists for Noah King to lead the way for Regis. Thunderwolves with 2 block shots. And 2 block shots for Regis. 8 steals for the Thunderwolves, 3 for Regis. Back with the second half right after this. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back for the second half. Teams gathered around their respective head coaches. Ralph Turner to our right for the Thunderwolves. Down the other way, Brady Bergensen for Regis. Nice talk at halftime with my old buddy Greg DeLeon. Ponce, lefty, in the house. With Chavy, Sandra Chavez. Good to see both of them in the house. Also saw Bob Bodavinick. Rich Lane and Clay Ransom were here earlier tonight, too. Here's a drive to the hoop. Shot no good. Rebound attempt. Fake going up. Foul on the Thunderwolves. As Senko took it right to the hoop, Collar forced a miss, but then didn't jump for the rebound and draws his second foul, and now it'll send Senko to the free throw line. Senko with 13 points to lead the way for the Rangers. He's a 58% free throw shooter, another one of those guys that struggles, but he rattles that one in. And rims that one in and out. Collar with the rebound. Hands it off to Newman. 40-36. Thunderwolves down by 4. Newman brings it across the timeline. Cross-court feed to Liggett. He's open. Free ball on the way. Got it. Gavin Liggett. He wanted it. He got it. 40-39. Thunderwolves within 1. Quickly back the other way. Here's Little into the corner. Senko fakes. Drives into the paint. Wheels. Looked like he traveled. And it is traveling, and it'll be Thunderwolves basketball. Rico Spikes, by the way, broke his nose in the first half. He's going to play through it out there. Here's Newman up top to Williams. Left side to Liggett. Liggett jumps at the Spikes. Spikes at the top of the key, directing traffic. Trying to get Collar down on the block. Spikes drives it in. Wheels in the paint. And he's in trouble. 3 seconds is the call against the Thunderwolves. Here is King across the timeline for the Rangers. Way outside with it. Hands it off now to Beastie. Onto the right side to King. King comes up top with it to Broadbeck. He drives in, steps back, can't get the jumper off into the corner. Here's a drive of the baseline. And that looks like a foul on the Thunderwolves, a blocking foul. And it will be on Gavin Liggett. That'll be his second. So it'll be Christian Little that triggered in on the baseline for the Rangers. Throws it way outside. It'll go into the backcourt, and Broadbeck will chase it down. He'll bring it across the timeline. Broadbeck, so dangerous. 11 points in that first half. Here's a drive to the paint, down the lane. Nice dish. The Senko goes up, and he missed Banker. But again, they get the rebound. Thunderwolves go to sleep on the boards. Beastie with the rebound, fires it outside. They'll reset into the hands of Noah King. Thunderwolves getting killed on the boards in this game. Here's King driving in from the right. He drew the foul. That's going to be a foul on Newman, I believe, on the block. Nope, instead it's going to be called on Rico Spikes, and that's his third. 2 shots upcoming for Noah King. Free throw on the way. Good. (41-39). Thunderwolves down by 2. 1 more here for Noah King. On the way. Swish. King with 8. 42-39. Regis by 3. Here's Newman bringing it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Angles to the right wing, goes up top to Williams, left side to Liggett. Liggett now trying to get it down low, ball knocked away. Liggett chases it down in the corner. He's in trouble, and he was fouled on the sideline. Foul will be on Broadbeck. He was going for the steal, and got out in front of Liggett there and tripped him up. So it'll be Williams that triggered in on the sideline across the way. Inbounds pass to Collar. He hands it off to Williams. Williams down the lane, feeds it off to Rico. Fakes at the free throw line, goes outside. Newman's open. Three-pointer on the way. Swish. Will Newman, his first three-point hit of the night. He has 8 in the game, and that ties the game up at 42 apiece. Quickly back the other way. It's Broadbeck. You cannot leave him open. I'm telling you, he's the guy that's going to murder you. 45-42. Thunderbolts back down by 3 again. Here's Spikes. The Thunderbolts have been to the mountaintop many times tonight. They just not have gone down the other side. Here's Liggett in trouble. Hands it off to Newman. Had to keep climbing. Here's Newman driving to the hoop. Teardrop. Missed the banker. Collar has the rebound in traffic, but it's knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by the Rangers. So it'll be Newman to trigger down on the baseline. Fresh shot clock here for the Thunderwolves. But in bad pass. Stolen away by Beastie. Baited him into that pass. Fired ahead. Here is Cinco. Go one-on-one with Collar. Puts his shoulder in him. Shot blocked by Collar. Rebound to Newman. Newman back the other way for the Thunderbolts across the timeline to the free throw line. Stops, goes nicely underneath the spikes, and he banks it in. Rico was 7. 45-44. Thunderbolts down by 1. 16:50 to go. Here's a quick drive to the hoop by Little. Takes it in on Collar. Nice dish to Cinco, and he lays it in. Cinco was 16. It's the 1-2 punch of Cinco and Broadbeck. 47-44. Drive the other way. Whistle. Offensive foul called on Will Newman. Inbounds pass to Little. On the left side, here's Broadbeck. Pulls up the top of the key. Hands the ball off to King. 3-point advantage here for the Rangers. 16:25 to go in the second half. They led by 3 at halftime. They lead it by 3 right now. Here's a drive by Little. Into the left. Shot. Foul. Thunderwolves. This time the foul will be on Williams. That'll be his second.
Every time they go, foul. He goes, nothing. Charge. 5 fouls in 4 minutes.
Little to the free throw line. First toss. Oh, boy. That had never had a chance as it blew up in his hands there. Pulled the pin and forgot to throw the grenade. He'll have one more. I mean, we've had some adventurous free throws in this ball game. Here's the second toss. That looks a little better, but he missed it. Spikes to the rebound. So Thunderwolves dodge one there. Still down by 3 with 16:10 to go here in the second half. Liggett up top to Newman. Newman to Kuiper, who's into the ball game now. Hands it off to Spikes. Dribbles around the screen from Kuiper. Steps back. Won't take the 3. Down low to Kuiper, and he's fouled from behind. And I think it's going to be DeAndre Johnson on the call. That should bring us to our media timeout. Indeed it does. 15:55 to go here in the second half. 3-point advantage for the home team. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Regis Fieldhouse. Well, you've heard me before use the old expression, it's like a trip to the dentist. A lot of discomfort the entire time you're in the chair, but eventually everything works out all right and you feel good. That may be where this game is heading right now. It's been uncomfortable all night for the Thunderwolves, but they're making progress out there. Here's Williams, goes down low, underneath, reverse shot up and good by Rico Spikes. Spikes has 9. 47-46. 1-point lead for the Rangers. Critical game in the conference here tonight. There's an offensive foul away from the ball on DeAndre Johnson on an illegal screen. Thunderwolves get a victory tonight, puts them one victory closer to getting into that home court advantage in the first round of the shootout. If they lose it, it leaves them vulnerable. Right now they have a 3-game advantage over both Metro State and Colorado Christian. Actually a 4-game advantage over Colorado Christian now as they lost today. Ball on the right side. Down low to Spikes on the block. He's fouled from behind. He got shoved by Ryan Beastie. It's his second. Team fouls are quick and have even up in a hurry. It was 5-1. Now it's 5-4. Thunderwolves with 5. Rangers with 4. Newman inbounds pass to Kuiper. Goes up with a right-hand hook. Missed it. Ralph Turner not happy with that shot selection there. Here is King bringing it across the timeline. Hands it off. Outside to Anguk. Drives into the lane. Feeds it to the baseline. Here's a drive into the lane. Go up. Running right-hander way short. Williams with the rebound. Outlet pass to Newman. Thunderwolves want to run here. 3-on-2. Right side. Liggett fakes the 3. Can't get it off. The defense gets back. Outside to Kuiper. Kuiper gives it off to Newman. Newman will dribble it around the circle to the left wing. Now back out top of the key extended. He's about 15 feet behind the top of the key. Now left side to Spikes. Spikes starts to drive. Into the paint he goes. Goes up. Ball stripped foul on the Rangers. The officials have established tonight, if you drive it to the hoop, they're going to call fouls. So it's going to be a free throw shooting contest down the stretch of this ball game. No doubt about it. Spikes at the line to shoot a pair here. Free throw on the way. Hits the front iron and bounces through there. Gets the game tied up at 47 apiece. I got to go to work and check out all the lead changes and ties in this game. They haven't had a lot of them. Second toss, good. Spikes has 11. That gives the Thunderwolves the lead, 48-47. 11 points for Rico Spikes. Full court pressure by the Thunderwolves. Close to it. They do get the 5-second count. It's the second time they've created a 5-second call in the game. Thunderwolves basketball. Inbounds pass. They bounce it into Collar. Hands it off to Newman. Newman dribbles around the 3-point circle. Now goes down low to Collar on the block. Backs his way in. Fakes. Goes up and banks it in. Collar has 8. 50-47. That's the biggest lead of the night for the Thunderwolves. Here's full court pressure again. They're able to break it this time as Broadbeck has it to the top of the key. Feeds it into the corner to Reyes. And now Reyes will slow things up and dribble it out top. 18 on the shot clock here.
One more! Get it stopped!
Little on the left wing to Reyes. Reyes drives in on Williams. Fakes. Goes a shot blocked by Collar. Says, get it out of here, little man. And he gets it saved to Spikes. Spikes across the timeline to the free throw line. Dishes off. Nice pass to Newman, and he hits. Newman with 10. 52-47. Thunderwolves with 8 in a row. Back the other way. Anguk. Timeout taken by the Rangers. Good spurt by the Thunderwolves. They've scored 8 straight. They've opened up their biggest lead of the game. They lead at 52-47. 13:48 to go. Second half. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 47. Thunderwolves by 5. Their biggest lead of the night. The game, they first got the game tied when it was 29-29 late in the first half. Got their first lead at 34-33. Fell behind at halftime 39-36. Got the game tied again for the 4th time tonight at 42 apiece. Fell behind by 3 on a couple of occasions, but now have run off 8 straight to get the lead up to their biggest of the game. Here's Little, drives in on Liggett, draws the foul on Liggett. Ball stuffed in after the fact. It won't count. And the foul's on Gavin Liggett. That'll be his 3rd. So it'll be Christian Little to the free throw line. He is, 1 for 4 from the stripe tonight. And gets this one to roll in there. Friendly rims here at old Regis Fieldhouse. On that toss anyway. They've been kind of unkind for the most part here tonight. Second toss up, good. That one was right through there, so he's sighting it in. 52-49. Thunderwolves, after scoring 8 in a row, now it's time. He's got to keep the pressure on. There's Liggett on the left wing. Up top to Newman. Right side to Spikes. Playing with the broken nose. Outside, Spikes with it. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Spikes going to go one-on-one here. Drives into the paint, goes up and under, banks it up, no good. Tap try, no good. Williams with the rebound, had the ball stripped. Foul on the Rangers. And the foul will be on Christian Little. So each team with 16 fouls. We shoot free throws from here on out tonight. Newman to triggered in on the baseline for the Pack. Lobs it in to Williams. He's hit in the lane. Draws the foul. Missed the shot. Almost got it to drop. I think the foul's going to be on Senko, and it is. It's his second. Regis doing a good job of spreading their fouls around tonight, except for DeAndre Johnson. He has 3, but they've got a number of players with 2 fouls apiece. And Williams to the line. Free throw up and good. Well, dare I say it, he's been perfect tonight from the line. 5 of 5. He's been struggling of late from the stripe. I apologize, I had to do it. Free throw up, good. Well, he's announcer proof tonight. That was right through there. He told me last night he was going to cure it. 54-49. Here's a quick drive the other way. Little down the lane. Alley-oop to Senko, and it's botched. And the turnover gives it to Liggett. To Newman ahead to Spikes. Down the lane, goes outside. Liggett steps into a 3. Got it! Gavin Liggett from downtown has 9. Biggest lead of the night for the Thunderwolves. They're up by 8. Pressure on the inbounds. Broadbeck has it. He dribbles into the forecourt. Stops, won't pop. Hands the ball outside to Little. 8-point advantage now for the Thunderwolves. Regis in their first real bit of adversity of the night. Senko fakes the jumper, drives in, spins on Collar, layup, good. That was a nice move by Senko. He has 18. Collar did well to avoid the foul call. 57-51. 6-point lead for the Pack. They jump it down low to Collar. Back pass to Spikes. Outside to Williams. Fumbles it. Now launches it down low to Collar. On the block. Fakes, goes up, and banks it in. Collar has 10. 59-51. Pressure on the inbounds. They break it easily this time, though. Little lobs it cross-court into the corner. 3-pointer on the way by Tila. No good. Thunderwolves would accept that all night. Collar with the rebound. Outlet pass to Spikes. Spikes now one-on-one with Broadbeck. Down the lane. Goes outside to Liggett. He's open. Steps into a 3. Got another one. Gavin Liggett from downtown. He's on fire. 62-51. Thunderwolves by 11. They keep the pressure on here in the backcourt. Broadbeck tries to break it himself, throws the ball away. It's loose on the deck. They tie it up. And on the alternating possession, it belongs to the Thunderwolves. Okay, they make the call straight. We've got a timeout on the quarterly Thunderwolves ball when we come out of the timeout. 11:42 to go, second half. Thunderwolves lead at 62-51. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, Thunderwolves, we talked about finally getting over the summit, scaling down the other side. Well, they've done that right now. Now they just have to avoid the avalanche. They lead at 62-51. Now it's Regis' turn to try to climb back up, as they've been knocked down here in this second half. They've controlled the game pretty much the entire first half, but now find themselves down by 11, the biggest deficit any team has faced tonight. And Thunderwolves had the ball a chance to increase on it. Here's Newman into the paint, fakes, can't get the shot off, and he has the ball knocked away and stolen. Back the other way. Reyes down the lane, layup good, and a foul. It'll count. Ralph Turner, chance to light into Will Newman. Just not a very smart play. And foul number 4 on Rico Spikes. That's the unintended damage that play caused. When you throw it away, it ends up in a breakout the other way, and then you get Rico Spikes picking up his 4th foul. So it's double damage. Free throw on the way. It's good. So Reyes completes the three-point play, his first points of the night. It's 62-54. So Thunderwolves, instead of getting a chance maybe to push that lead to 13 or 14, all of a sudden it's down to 8, and Spikes is on the bench. Now you got to regather here. An eternity to go in this game. Newman brings it across the timeline. Outside to Williams. Williams goes right side to Liggett. Liggett jumps it down to the block. Collar double team quickly. Skips it outside. Newman's open. Three-pointer on the way. And he answers with a three. 13 for Newman. 65-54. Thunderwolves back up double figures. Pressure in the backcourt. They got Reyes in a bit of trouble. Gets it ahead to Anderson. Gets it across the timeline and hands it off to King and takes a deep breath. King now will start things off as Brady Bergeson, the head coach, maps things out here. Here's a drive by King, cut off, goes outside, three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark, way off the mark. Liggett with the rebound, off the miss by Beastie. Beastie's hit a number of threes. He's a 41% shooter from three, but I think he'd gladly haven't taken that from way out on the top of the key. Jump across court to Liggett, fakes the three, drives in, steps back, will pop the three. Got another one! Gavin Liggett on fire. He has 15. 12 of them here in the second half. It's 68-54. Thunderwolves by 14. Here's Anderson feeding it up top to Beastie. Steps back, he'll fire for three. He's got it. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said what I did. 68-57. Again, he cast off from the top of the key and hit. Here's Newman in the backcourt. Spins and gets it across the timeline. Drives into the paint, dishes off the Collar outside. Why not? Liggett again. He checked. Got it in! Gavin Liggett has 18. Fans love it here. 71-57. Thunderwolves by 14. Pressure in the backcourt. They get it ahead to Beastie. He's trapped, in trouble. Gets rid of it across the timeline to King. Skip across court, down the lane. Little dish to the baseline. Shot blocked by Collar. Foul on Collar. Seemed like kind of a quick whistle there. Nelson Collar wants explanation here. Said, I just went up with both hands and I blocked the shot. So foul number 3 on Nelson Collar. Anderson to the line. First toss on the way, he rattles it in. Anderson now 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight. He's only a 64% free throw shooter. Collar has to come out now. Kuiper in there. Here's the free throw on the way. It's off the back iron. No good. Liggett doing everything. He gets the rebound. So it's 71-58. Thunderwolves by 13. Williams goes left side to Oldham. Oldham gives it up top to Liggett. Liggett now. Outside Kuiper. He'll step into a 3-ball. Off the back iron. Long rebound outside to King. King now will bring it across the timeline for the Rangers. They try to mount some sort of comeback here. Well, that almost was a travel by King. Hands it off. Here's a backdoor feed. They threw it away. As Beastie tried to find King on the backdoor cut, and it went off his hand out of bounds into the cheerleaders. Full court pressure now by the Rangers. Williams gets it into Newman in the corner. That's an instant trap, but he gets it ahead to Oldham. There's a breakout for the Thunderwolves. 3-on-2 if they hustle. They get it to Williams. Down the lane, running right-hander. Missed it. Tap try no good. Oldham had it, lost it, and it's taken away by the Rangers. Feed ahead to King. King across the timeline to the top of the key. Stops, goes left side. Here's Broadbeck for 3. Missed it, and the ball goes over the top of the basket and out of bounds. That's kind of like dodging a bullet for the Thunderwolves there, and Broadbeck able to step into a 3. Hit 55 of them on the year now, counting tonight's game. 56 make it. Here's a drive to the hoop by Newman. Teardrop shot, no good. He missed it. And the rebound back the other way goes Angu. He's across the timeline. Skips it down the lane. Here goes Anderson. Scoops up no, and he draws the foul. Foul called on Kuiper. So Anderson to the free throw line. He's 3 of 6 from the stripe tonight. Flashes that one through there. 71-59. Thunderwolves lead it by 12. One more for Troy Anderson. On the way, got it. Anderson has 5. 71-60. Thunderwolves lead is 11. He's led by as many as 14 here in the second half. They break the pressure. Williams gets it ahead to Oldham. Oldham now in from the left cutoff. Now angles back outside. Skips it up top. Now to Newman. The lane parts for him. Goes outside to Liggett. Thought about the 3. Won't take it. Gets it off now to Williams. And the Thunderwolves will set up here with 8:10 to go here in the second half. Thunderwolves lead at 71-61. Kuiper, top of the key. Dribbles around the key. Now goes outside to Williams. He'll drive the baseline. Goes up and under. Layup. Nobody drew the foul this time. And the foul called on Broadbeck. And we've reached our media timeout. 7:58 to go here in the second half. Thunderwolves lead at 71-61. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 61. Thunderwolves by 10. It'll be Mark Williams to the free throw line. He has 10 points tonight. 6 for 6 from the free throw line. We talked to him last night in our post-game interview. I kind of gave him a hard time about all the missed free throws of late. He said, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. Well, so far, so good here tonight. Never like it coming out of a timeout when you have to go to the free throw line, but he gets that one in. Second toss. Got that one. Pure. 73-61. Thunderwolves by 12. They keep on the full court pressure. Broadbeck breaks through a trap himself. Gets it ahead to King. In from the left on Kuiper. Alley-oop stuff by Senko. He has 20. That was pretty. 73-63. Lead is 10. Here's Liggett handing it off to Newman. Newman will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Fans trying to get into it here. That got him energized on the alley-oop. Here's Oldham on the left wing. Gives it up top to Liggett. Liggett now left side to Kuiper. Now to Williams. Thunderwolves with a very small lineup out there right now. Oldham at the top. The key goes down low to Kuiper. Outside, Newman for 3. Short. And the rebound underneath to King. Nifty little behind-the-back dribble as he gets it across the timeline. They can cut the lead to single digits here on this trip into the corner. Lob it down on the block to Senko. Back pass. Here's Little in from the left, and he lays it in. Little has 5. 73-65. Thunderwolves in a little bit of a spot right now. They're going to get Collar back in the game. Timeout taken by the Thunderwolves with 6:55 to go. It'll be a quick 30-second timeout. Thunderwolves by 8. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 73-65. Thunderwolves on top. But they've given up the last 4 of the game here. Regis, the home team, they're not just going to fade away here. Thunderwolves going to have to play well down the stretch to put them away. Rico Spikes checks back in now for the Thunderwolves with those 4 fouls and the broken nose. Williams triggers it in to Newman. Thunderwolves back with their original starting 5 from the ball game. Here's Newman. Jumps down. The Collar's wide open and he lays it in. Collar with 12. He could have stuffed that one, but he just took the safe route and laid it in off the glass. 75-65. Here's King. Kind of slows things down. Hands the ball off outside to Troy Anderson. Now to Broadbeck. Broadbeck nifty behind the back dribble. Now a crossover move into the paint. Step back jumper on the way. Missed it. Rebound to Williams. Hands it off now to Newman, and now the Thunderwolves can restore order here if they can get a hoop. They'll hand the ball off to Spikes. Thunderwolves already starting to, looks like, almost take a little bit of the air out of this game. Ralph Turner knows he's got some players in foul trouble. Working with a short bench tonight. Frankly, he's got the advantage at this spot of the ball game with his guards. Spikes wheels, fakes, goes up on the baseline and banks it in. Spikes was 13, 77-65. Back the other way. In a hurry. Comes Little down the lane. It opens up for him, and he lays it in. 77-67. 10-point lead for the Pack. 5:45 to go in the game. Tell the Thunderbolts strategy here is take about 20-25 seconds off the clock and then hit a bucket. They'll concede Regis getting a quick hoop if they have to do it. They just can't afford an extended drought down the stretch here. We're down to 5:25 to go. Thunderbolts just holding the ball down to 8 on the shot clock, though. Gets late in a hurry. Here's Newman into the paint. Goes up, outside, drew the foul. And that'll get Newman to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Well, I like the strategy right now. The Thunderbolts with their advantage at the guard spot. They're not afraid to go 1-on-1 here. Now Newman to the free throw line. I already marked he's shooting a pair. I guess he's shooting the front end of the 1-on-1 here. He has missed a free throw tonight, 3 of 4. He's an 88% free throw shooter on the year. On the way, got it. 14 for Will Newman. 78-67. Toss up and it rattles in. 15 for Will Newman. 79-67. The lead is 12 again. But we'll stay with the full court pressure. That makes Regis work that much harder. Take a little more time off that clock. And the ball off to Broadbeck. Outside. Now hands it off to King. Down to 17 on the shot clock here. King now will start a drive. In from the right. He's cut off. Goes outside. Here's a three-pointer by Cinco. Swish. Boy, you don't expect that. Cinco with 23 on the year. He has hit a few threes. 79-70. Here is Newman driving it into the paint. Down the lane. Alley-oop. Missed it by Collar. Oh, Ralph Turner irate after that one. Should have been stuffed in there. Nelson just kind of tried to direct it in there. So the lead is only 9 here now. Here's Broadbeck with it. Three-pointer makes it really interesting. Here's King with that three. Missed it, though, and the rebound to Spike. He takes a shot on the rebound to the side of the head.
Are you kidding me?
No harm, no foul. And Spikes brings it across the timeline. 9-point lead for the Pack. 4:15 to go here. Lob it down low to Collar. Ball batted away out of bounds by Cinco. So that'll be Newman to trigger it in on the baseline. 14 on the shot clock. Lob it into Collar. Back pass to Newman. He'll dribble it out of trouble. 10 on the shot clock. Now they want a fire drill play. Here's Newman driving in from the right. Reverses, goes baseline, goes up. He's hammered to the deck. No call! You gotta be kidding me! Back the other way, down the lane. Missed it now. They will call a foul. Oh, you got to be just... Oh, my goodness. Timeout on the court. 3:54 to go here in the second half. 9-point lead for the Thunderbolts. Free throws for the Rangers when we come back. Thunderbolts basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Turner got the explanation, but it was not a very good one. As Will Newman was body slammed on his way to the court, he hit the deck hard. No foul. They come back the other end, drive to the hoop. Troy Anderson, wouldn't you know, he called the foul when he drives it to the hoop. So he's shooting free throws on the way, rattles it in. That's why it's extra tough to win on the road. You got to overcome shenanigans like that. Second toss, off the back iron, long rebound, and Williams secures it. So it's an 8-point lead for the Thunderbolts. Could have been worse. Spikes now will bring it across the timeline. We're down to 3:45 to go here. Spikes on top to Williams, left side. To Liggett, and he has the ball knocked free, but he regains it now, gets it to Oldham. To Spikes, we're down to 10 on the shot clock. Look for a high screen. Now they switch. Spikes double team, in trouble, gets rid of it to Liggett. 1 on the shot clock, launches from way outside, hit the front iron, long rebound, and it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Rangers. Now Regis, I think what they do now, they just drive it to the hole every time. Put the onus on the officials. Try to get 2, maybe 3-point plays. Here comes Little, brings it across the timeline. They set some high screens. They're trying to open up the lane for Little to drive in there. Here's the high screen. Now he dribbles it in on Spikes, goes up, shot blocked by Collar, but the rebound to Senko, and he lays it in. Senko has 25. 79-73. The lead is only 6. Spikes gets it across the timeline, avoids the trap, gets rid of it to Williams. Williams avoids the trap, gets rid of it to Liggett. It looked like he walked, but he got away with it. Hands it off to Williams, now to Spikes. 2:50 to go in the game. Shot clock down to 13. Spikes now starts the drive. Look out from behind, gets rid of it. Trap situation. Liggett dribbles out of it. Goes to Spikes. 5 on the shot clock. Spikes mugged from behind, and the ball's stolen. Taken away by Troy Anderson. Hands it ahead to Little. On to the left side to Senko. Looks back door. Steps back. Fakes the jumper. Drives down the lane. Stuffs it home with 2 hands. 27 for Senko. It's a 4-point game. 79-75. 2:25 to go. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. $79-75. Thunderwolves lead has been cut to 4. Full court pressure. Williams in trouble. Gets it in to Spikes. Spikes now being worked on in the backcourt. Has the ball knocked free. It's loose on the deck. Spikes regains it, calls timeout. Got it just in time, and it saves the possession for the Thunderwolves. See how much they give us here. 2:18 to go. Thunderwolves. We're going to keep it right here. They lead it by 4 as they got the ball inbounded to Spikes, but then he lost it. Was able to dive back on top of it and get the timeout call before the ball went over. Well, it's plain and simple. Thunderwolves need some buckets here down the stretch. They just can't afford to try to run time off the clock and hope Regis is going to miss. Regis is going to score every possession. So it's up to the Thunderwolves to score on 3 or 4 possessions down the stretch here. They've led by as many as 14 here in the second half. 68-54. Had the lead cut down to 8 at 73-65. Got the lead back up to 12 on 2 occasions, but they've seen Regis score the last 8 in the ball game. Williams to trigger it in. Gets it into the corner to Newman. Newman turns and faces. Now he'll try to break the pressure one-on-one here. They'll look to trap him, though, if he comes across the timeline. There he is in trouble. Gets rid of it to Williams. He gets it across the timeline. Feeds it ahead to Collar. Collar now with Senko on him. Hands it off now to Newman. Only 8 on the shot clock. Thunderwolves don't realize it. Newman jumps it ahead to Spikes. Spikes in from the right. Goes up on Senko. Good! Rico Spikes with 15. A man's move right there. 81-75. Quickly back the other way. Noah King for 3. Missed it. Collar with a rebound in traffic. Rips it down. Gets rid of it to Newman. Newman dribbling between traffic, and he's fouled in the backcourt. And it's double bonus time, as that's the 10th team foul. Big rebound there by Collar. And then Newman taking the hit. And now Newman to the free throw line to shoot a pair. He has 15 in the game, 5 of 6 from the stripe tonight. Shooting a pair because of the double bonus. Free throw on the way, good. 82-75. One more for Will Newman. On the way, got it. Newman was 17. It's 83-75. Thunderwolves by 8, 1:40 to go. He just still has plenty of time here. They just have to right the ship. Little on the left wing, dribbles around the screen to the top of the key. Dribbles into the paint, goes up, and ball stolen by Collar as he read the play beautifully. As they were trying to go to Senko, cutting in from the right, and Collar made the big defensive play there. Hands it off to Newman. Newman way outside, going one-on-one here with Little. He'll just hold the ball outside. Now skips it over here right in front of us to Rico Spikes. Spikes dribbles out of the trap. In for the right. Ball poked away from behind, taken away by the Rangers. Here's Broadbeck with it. Across the timeline. Cut off by Williams. Gives it off to Senko. Down to a minute to go in the ball game here. 8-point lead for the Thunderwolves. Killing a lot of time here. King on the right wing. Skips it cross court into the corner. 3-ball on the way. It's off the back iron. Newman has the rebound for the Thunderwolves. Dribbles out of traffic. Bumps into a couple of players. Now finally is fouled in the backcourt by Broadbeck. Newman was doing his best to draw a foul off anybody. Finally, the third try, it worked. He was just looking for somebody to bump into. Well, Newman, he takes more verbal abuse than anybody I know. But it all kind of slides off his back. He's like a duck out there. Free throw on the way, and he missed it off the back iron. He's kind of tired right now. He'll have one more here. 46.8 seconds to go. Second toss up and good. So Newman gets 1 out of 2 on this trip. He has 18 in the game. It's 84-75. Quickly back the other way. Here's Little. Scuffs it up top now to King. Fires it into the corner. 3-pointer by Broadbeck. It's good. And timeout taken by the Rangers. That keeps them alive. 17 for Broadbeck. It's 84-78. Thunderwolves lead it by 6. It's a 30-second timeout on Fox Sports Pueblo. 78, Thunderwolves by 6. Just got to get the ball inbounded and make free throws basically down the stretch here. The math assignment not good for Regis. Inbounds pass to Collar. They get it to Williams. That's somebody to foul right there. They get it to Spikes. Spikes gets rid of it to Williams. Now hands it to Newman. That's who you don't want to foul. And now Newman is fouled in the backcourt. Boy, the Rangers had 2 chances. They could have fouled Collar. They could have fouled Williams. They blew it. And they get it to Newman. And Newman now will go to the line to shoot a pair. Newman with 18. He has missed a couple of free throws tonight, but he's had a whale of a ball game from the line, 8 out of 10. Throw on the way, and he left that one short. I think he might have emptied the tank here. Needs to get one here, though. If he misses here, they get a 3 on the other end. They're within 3, and then anything could happen. Second toss up and good. So 1 out of 2 on this trip for Newman. He has 19 in the game. It's 85-78. Probing for a 3-pointer. They can't find him. Now they just jack one up from way outside. It's good by Noah King. Tried to steal the inbounds. Newman has it. He's fouled in the backcourt with 15.9 seconds to go. It's 85-81. Thunderwolves lead it by 4. They've left the door slightly open here, missing a couple of free throws here of late, but still pretty much firmly in control right here. Free throw is up and good. Newman now with 20 points in the game. Second toss, short, but he gets the shooter's roll. 87-81, 6-point lead for the Thunderwolves, 15.9 to go. Quickly, here comes King across the timeline. He won't waste much time. Stops, won't pop, goes outside. Here's Beastie, he steps back, fires the 3, left it way short, long rebound. Williams has it, he has a breakout. He could have went for the dunk instead, he just holds on to it. Lets it run the clock out, and that's the ball game. Thunderwolves win it, a hard-fought victory, but they get the job done, and they defeat Regis 87-81. Back with our post-game show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to the Regis Fieldhouse. Thunderwolves win it 87-81. They trailed by 3 at halftime. It was an uphill climb the entire first half. They got the game tied at 29 apiece before falling back behind 39-36 at the break. Got the game tied early on in the second half at 42 apiece. It would fall down again by 3, but then came back with an 8-0 run to get the lead at 52-47. Continued to push the lead, stretched it out to as many as 14 before it got tight at the end, but they're able to hold on and pull out the victory and not wasting any time because, you know why? It's a road trip. And Ralph Turner wants to get to some delicious chicken or pizza or something.
Coach Turner, who was throwing up before the game, does not want to get any food.
He doesn't want to. You got the same thing Josh had, huh?
I don't know what it is, brother, but I'm better now than I was.
All right, joining us now, the head coach of the Thunderwolves, Ralph Turner. And Ralph, I thought that was a pretty superior effort in the second half. It was I described it kind of like, I used my old dentist analogy, a trip to the dentist, things kind of struggling, everything's going to turn out all right, or climbing a mountain. You finally got to the top and got it over to the other side. It was kind of a uphill climb the entire ball game until that second half of that nice run.
I thought our guys played with a lot of poise. I thought Nelson gave us some good baskets in the second half. I thought Gavin really shot the ball. I don't know what he was in the second half from 3, but I think 6 for 8, maybe something like that.
Yeah, he ends up 6 for 9 for the game.
But I think in the second half he's 6 for 8.
Yeah.
He was blasting, and the team was finding him. Will Newman did a great job of. I thought he got fouled so many times on drives.
He got body slammed here, Ralph. Why is that not a foul?
I don't know, but you know. Technically speaking, I've already gotten my foul.
Yeah, you couldn't argue anymore.
Early in the game, so I can't say much. But
I was trying to get one.
Tough game to referee, nowadays with the cylinder and all the rules. But Regis is a good team. They're not a great team, but they're a good team, and they'll beat some people here. They beat Fort Lewis here.
Right.
But they got holes in their game, and I thought the second half we had our way with them there for a few minutes, isolating guys, just taking them right to the basket. I thought we really had a great team game. I thought we got careless late. You mix in a few careless things, and you mix in a couple of drives that there's no fouls called, and all of a sudden you go from 12 or 14 to 6.
Right.
And then you got to make free throws, and Will missed a couple early, but he's really a good point guard, isn't he?
He is, and I made it a point. He takes, a point guard to play for you has to learn to take criticism, constructive criticism. Sometimes getting yelled at a little bit. This goes with the territory, but he kind of accepts it. All right, and then he does what you want him to do usually.
I love my team, but here's the hardest thing for a point guard. Realizing I was a college point guard is they have options to do things in games that I never had that options. So being sound fundamentally was pretty easy for me because I couldn't do the other things, the spin moves, the behind the back dribble. Will has all kinds of options sometimes, and it's hard for him to simplify it late in the game where he's not going into traffic or around traffic. Instead, just bringing it up. But, hey, great effort. I did a bad job of substituting. Donovan Oldham's really been playing good, and I did not get him enough minutes. Braden Kuiper's been playing excellent. I didn't sub him enough. Stefan Radakovic. We played without Josh, and he's a pretty high-energy guy. I thought the game turned more than anything else on our press.
Right, exactly.
Once we started pressuring them and that, we forced 21 turnovers. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it gets you those 7 extra possessions. They got some stuff driving to the hoop, but most marked, like you said, you started to break them down, I thought, in those one-on-one matchups with your guard play, and it really kind of turned the game.
Well, it was a nice free throw effort compared to last night.
Right.
27 to 33.
Yeah, much better.
But,
all right, buddy.
Hey, good trip, huh?
Get well. It was a great trip. Sets up next week. Makes next week all that more important.
Just Friday night, right? We'll see.
We'll think about Friday.
Who's coming out for you?
We're going to have Gavin Liggett come on over. Maybe Will as well, but we'll see. We'll see if we have time.
The Lyman long rifle.
There you go. Bring him on in. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk to Gavin Liggett right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back. I think we're back there. There we go. Caitlin's got us dialed back up. They knocked us off the air, but we're back up and running here. And joining us now, our star of the game, Gavin Liggett, the Lyman Flash, 6'1" sophomore. Concussion earlier this year, got knocked out of action for about 3 games. You're diving around out there on the court. Don't you know better than to do that? But you just got to sometimes forget about that, don't you?
Yep.
And you got out there on the court, and then kind of ignited you in the second half. Had 5 or 6 3-pointers there in the second half. Really ignited the ball club.
Yeah. First half, I just tried to play extra hard. It feels like if we play really hard, good things happen, and the shot was falling in the second half. So
it was kind of an uphill struggle for the ball club in the first half. Seems like you get back to where you're even, never could get over the hump, then you'd fall back down, sometimes as many as 7 points, but kind of got the game kind of under control, and then in the second half, you made that nice run.
Yeah, I don't know what our deal is. Coach is always talking about readiness to play. It seems like we've always come out flat. I don't know if we underestimate our opponents or what, but we're a second half team, it seems like, lately.
Yep. Well, tell us about your condition right now. We know you're well now, but that had to be a little scary there for about 24 to 48 hours there when you suffered that concussion.
Yeah, they were telling me.
Ever had one before?
We've
all been dinged around a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, well, they had to talk to me about the South Dakota Mines game because I didn't remember much of it, and so they were telling me how it happened, what I was doing, and then after that it was just I slept a lot. They didn't let me touch a ball all week, and then finally Tessa took some tests. She said I could go a little bit against UCCS, and so that was the first time I touched the ball the whole time. So it's good to be back.
Well, in this ball game, you needed it tonight with Josh out of the lineup because he gives you that three-point spark as well. You did early on in the year, kind of tailed off for a little bit because of the injury, I think, a little bit, but you're back and probably feel like you're back to full steam right now.
Yeah, Josh, he's been shooting the crap out of the ball, but I don't know what, he got some food poisoning or something, but he's our spark. He plays hard all the time, he's always getting steals, shooting it. So we had to step up big for him tonight.
Well, now it sets up. It gets you kind of, you had that stumble against Mines, but now 2 big wins on this weekend. It kind of gets you back on track and sets up a big weekend next weekend.
Yeah, Coach was always saying that's probably good for us because we kind of thought we were too cool, thought we were winning, and so us getting beat like that was probably good for us in the long run, hopefully.
I'll tell everybody at home, hello, back in Lyman. There he is, the pride of Lyman. Gavin Liggett, the star of the game. Back with more right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Regis Fieldhouse. Thunderbolts win at 87-81. Quick recap of game of it was 3-point lead at halftime for Regis. They led at 39-36. Thunderbolts seemed like they were always trying to fight to just stay in the ball game in that first half. They got to the locker room down only 3, and then they came out in the second half, raced to a lead off an 8-0 run at 52-47, continued to push, had the lead to as many as 14 at 68-54, but then Regis, the home team, they scrapped, they fight hard, and they got back in the ball game. They got within 4 late, but the Thunderbolts righted the ship, hit a couple of key free throws down the stretch. Rico Spikes with a big-time drive as well, got him a hoop, and they hold on and win it 87-81. Let's give you the numbers here. Thunderbolts with 5 players in double figures tonight, led by Will Newman. Another incredible night. 21 points. He was 4 of 15 from the field. Didn't shoot the ball all that well. Hit a couple 3-pointers, but 11 of 14 from the free throw line to finish with 21. Gavin Liggett, our star of the game, 6 3-pointers tonight. He finishes with 18. Rico Spikes with 15. Williams and Collar with 12 apiece. Kuiper had 5. Oldham with 3. Radakovich with 1. 25 of 51 were the Thunderwolves. That's 49%, but they were 15 of 25 in the second half. That's 60%. That's when they righted the ship. They ended up 10 of 18 from downtown. That's 56%. 27 of 33 from the free throw line, 82%. Regis, 3 players in double figures. Senko with 27. Rodbeck with 18. King finishes with 11. They were 26 of 53 from the field. That's 49%. 11 of 26 from downtown. That's 42%. 18 of 28 from the free throw line, 64%. They out-rebounded Thunderwolves tonight, 35-27. King had 7 to lead the way there. Thunderwolves had Williams and Newman with 6 rebounds apiece. Thunderwolves with 16 assists tonight, 6 for Will Newman, 4 for Spikes, 3 for Williams, 2 for Collar. 8 assists tonight for Noah King to lead the way for Regis. Thunderwolves forced 21 turnovers tonight. They committed only 14 of their own. Thunderwolves with 10 steals, 3 of them by Williams, Collar and Newman with 2 apiece. Spike, Oldham, and Kuiper had 1 steal apiece. 7 steals tonight for Regis. Biggest lead of the night for the Rangers. They led by 7 on a couple of occasions. The last time at 29-22. Biggest lead of the night for the Thunderbolts was 14 when they led at 68-54. The game was tied on 5 different occasions. We had 3 lead changes on the night. Thunderbolts win at 87-81. Back with a brief scoreboard show before we sign off right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Regis Fieldhouse. Thunderbolts win it. They sweep the doubleheader tonight. Women won earlier tonight to run their record to 21-0. And quick tour around the RMAC tonight on the women's side. We'll give you the winners. Western State defeated Black Hill State. Man, that's wild and wacky on the women's side. Can't hardly believe that. Fort Lewis over Colorado Christian. Metro over Westminster. Chadron beat Highlands tonight. Adams State lost to Mines, and Mesa beat South Dakota Mines at the buzzer. On the men's side of the house, we'll see what we have here. Black Hills defeats Western State. Colorado Christian lost to Fort Lewis. Mines over Adams State. Westminster defeated Metro by 1 at the buzzer. Highlands defeats Chadron State 63-59, and Mesa over South Dakota Mines. People to thank here tonight. On the Regis side of the house, Whitney Lawler is the sports information director at Regis College, doing everything she could to make everything smooth as could be, and it was here tonight at venerable old Regis Fieldhouse. We always enjoy coming here. The assistant athletic director in charge of sports information at CSU Pueblo is Dax Larson. His assistant is Sean Pooley, the athletic director. Joe Foldo, who was in the house tonight. Special thanks, of course, to our head coaches, Jim Turgeon and Ralph Turner. Caitlin Norton is the producer and engineer of Thunderwolves basketball each and every weekend right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. We thank her for all her hard work. We remind you our next action for Thunderwolves basketball next Friday night. Adams State in town. It'll be a 5:15 pregame, 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men. Fort Lewis in town. Rocky will be in town, the Thunderwolves or the Nuggets mascot on Saturday night. Be sure you mark that down on your calendar. We want to see you out of Massari Arena next Saturday. One more time, a reminder, the finals tonight. The Thunderwolves women win it 65-51. The men win it 87-81. For everybody involved with Thunderwolves athletics, we bid you good night. My name is Jim Brooks on Fox Sports Pueblo.
This has been CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Catch all of the action all season long right here. Pueblo's home for CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves athletics is Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.